Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale. I have a great video lined up for you guys today, and I have one of your favorite guests. I've gotten so many requests for Bag to come back on the channel after his first video, and he is back and better than ever. Bag, welcome to the channel, man.
Thank you so much, Ash. I'm happy to be back. I got some pretty easy decks to use for you guys. For really all trophy ranges on the ladder, and they can work in tournaments too, but I tried to pick one specifically for ladder because in tournaments, free spell, it's not as great as it is on ladder. But let's get this going. First deck we have with us today is the balloon.
One sec. Let me just set up what the topic is. It's 5 decks, by the way, that we will be sharing that are, in Bag's opinion, basically the easiest to kind of pick up in trophy push with, and he selected them specifically for a wide range of trophies and arenas, right, Bag?
Wide trophies of arenas, trophies, and even type of players. Really, I tried to pick 5 really different decks. They all function pretty easily for most players, and really you'll definitely find one for you guys that works best for you by the end of this video. That's the goal.
And we're going to have you back in like a week or so sharing 5 high skill cap decks that you think are really dominant in the game. So it's a 2-part video. Part number 1, I'm sorry for interrupting you. Go back to the deck rundown.
All right, so here we are. We've got the Balloon, the Miner, the Zap, the Bat, the Inferno Dragon, the Wizard, the Valkyrie, and of course the Freeze Spell. So this deck is really solid. It's really good for balloon decks right now. Pompeo's deck is going to be in the 5 decks next week, but this is the easier one to use because it has a free spell. Wizard is a very easy card to use. It gets a lot of value. Inferno Dragon, you gotta love the Inferno Dragon, and the Valkyrie will swing around and swing you to victory. So let's hop right into a match. I haven't pushed yet this season, and last season I unfortunately tilted, but I should find a match pretty fast. Let's get going into it.
Sounds good, man. We're gonna do live matches with all of these decks, guys. By the way, these are the 5 if you guys want to take a look, and let me know when you're in a battle, man. Oh, you already are. Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us about this deck. How are we playing it, and just kind of walk us through.
So this deck, also like deck 4 that we're doing, you're gonna try to basically play passively, and then when you get an opportunity to build a counter push, you're gonna try to strike on that. He's got a bomber.
Whoa!
It's peculiar. All
okay.
Right, we're gonna play Wizard in the back, Giant Skeleton. All right, this guy, bro, is he doing all skeletons?
What the heck? All right.
I'm gonna play a Valkyrie just to protect the Wizard. The Giant Skeleton will blow that up, but he's gonna also waste Spear Goblins. So I'm just gonna play pretty patiently here, wait for his move. The Wizard gonna clean up all of that pretty easily. And we're gonna zap those, ignore that, and we're just gonna set up a passive Miner because I don't want to waste my Inferno Dragon, because I want to save it for the Giant Skeleton, and then I don't want to just balloon when he is even elixir. So he's gonna Night Witch. We're gonna get a Wizard right there. He's gonna clean that up unless he does play something else, but he uses Miner, so there's really no chance of that. But he does have a bomber, so there's always a chance if they have a bomber. But we're going to go Wizard, Bat, kind of clean this up. And then once we get an opportunity, we will go in with a balloon. We're just going to wait right here and let the Valkyrie go right there. He's going to play archers. We're just going to freeze. We want to keep the Valkyrie alive. He miners. We're going to miner of our own just to kill that. And then right here should be a pretty easy zap. Just wait, and there we go.
Nice.
And
how many
times?
I'm sorry. Do you often defensive freeze with this deck?
I mean, if it depends. I just wanted to be safe there because he could pull any trick out of his pocket. I think he has 1 card left. 2, 1, 0. Yeah, around there. So I didn't want to take much damage because I already took some, but I don't want to attack. He's in Giant Skeleton, so I'm gonna just go all in since he did spend 6 elixir, and I don't really think he has anything to defend that. All right, he's got Tombstone, so we're gonna go Valkyrie the Valkyrie's gonna clean up right there. He's gonna go there, and we're gonna freeze, and then the Giant Skeleton's gonna get close, and we're gonna tower trade here because I had to take a tower, and I was already down damage, so we were down to 1,000 damage, and now we're gonna tower trade. So it's pretty good. So,
Yeah, and
that's what we want.
And my first reaction was like, hey, you know what? Let's not share this replay, this live match because it's such a funky deck. But you know, this is mimicking real ladder. Like you never know what you're gonna run into.
Yeah, all trophy ranges. And
exactly.
Yeah, right here, he doesn't have a big spell, so he doesn't have a rocket. At least I hope he doesn't. And right there. That's gonna be a freeze. The Valkyrie's gonna stay alive. Or now she's gonna die. But the balloon is gonna connect to the King Tower, and it's probably gonna get another drop. So just defensive miner right there. Yep, there we go. Front dragon kills that, and bomber. We got bats, and it's not gonna connect.
Nice.
It's gonna kill the infront. Actually, it's gonna have like 1 HP. Yeah. And we're gonna go on the King Tower because if he kited it, we can just get a direct pathing right there, and he has to pull it back. So it's like we gotta play with his mind right here. We're gonna saw some emotes out here, and we're gonna defensive freeze because the wizard's just gonna clean that all up pretty nicely. He's gonna bomber. We got bats. The bats are not gonna be frozen when he gets it from Night Witch. Wizard cleans up, and we're just gonna wait to strike right here. That's obviously in the back because he wants to get the Spear Goblins having value. He doesn't have a big spell, so we can take the damage. And we're just gonna passively cycle right here and try to get a counter push and maybe go double lane and try to finesse him. So we got a wizard right there. We got a Valkyrie. We also got a miner. We got the whole squad running in here, and we gotta go throw him some shades. We're in California right now. And there we go, we got Valkyrie. There we go. I've said that a lot, but I think we got it.
I think this is it. This is it, maybe.
It's not gonna be it because the balloon, it will bring it down to 300 if it gets 2 drops.
Okay.
Alright.
Man, you gotta give this guy some props, man. He's playing off meta, giant skelly, and he's not doing too bad.
Not doing too bad at all.
Yeah.
He's actually, I mean, for this kind of deck, like, I gotta give him props. He seems to know what he's doing.
Yeah.
For the most part. That's gonna do some damage, but we're fine. He doesn't have a big spell once again, so you can take some damage and to get the elixir lead or at least stay even on elixir. That's gonna be fine. He's gonna play archers. I'm actually gonna freeze that.
Wow.
Then,
okay. All he has is what, arrows? That's it?
Yeah, arrows.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna try to do a risky play.
Okay.
Alright, we're gonna wait. Hopefully he goes in with the giant skeleton.
Yup.
Okay, ready? Alright, oh shoot. I don't have a ground troop, so I'm gonna play it safe. Because, you always want to be safe. Sometimes you want to be risky, but I think the chances of it working were pretty low once he...
What were you gonna do?
I was gonna play wizard in the middle.
Okay, gotcha.
There we go. Okay.
They get a little chip damage here. Yo, the freeze on the bats! Ah!
Miner.
Wow, man,
Bang,
that
bang.
was a match, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, huge shout out to Vitaly. He hung in there with you, but
Yeah.
what I loved about that bag was you were very patient, especially in all of before we got to sudden death. Like, you just kind of took what he gave you, and you were selective with your freezes. So very good job.
And I actually think, since this guy doesn't have many cards won, and he doesn't have a very high PB, I actually think he leveled up his deck mostly because of the tokens. Because the tokens, they got added in the update. I think they're really the best thing they've added to the game since 15Ks, to be honest. Like,
yeah.
It's actually, it's actually, like, really enjoyable. I made a clan called Trade Clan.
Yeah.
And I've been trading with, the people that have joined, and it's pretty active, and we've been getting trades going down. And my friend Jewel, who also came on the channel, he had a level 4 miner on his personal. We all set up trades, and he's got a level 5 miner, so now
nice.
You can see Jewel with his name up there. And we also get to see the giant graveyard deck. This is my favorite one, or not my favorite of the decks. The giant 3M is my favorite.
Oops.
But I think this is the one that should work for most of you. Is
Okay.
It's the least level dependent, because the skeleton army in the graveyard, like, they get a lot of... The skeleton army is crazy DPS. You always have to spell it. If it's level, in this case, I think 6 is the new... Or whatever the new level 1 is. Like, even if you have a level 1 skeleton army and you're facing a max player, you still have to respond to that, because the tower takes the same amount of shots to kill a max one.
Yeah, dude.
It has crazy DPS.
Hey, let's hop into the match, and then we can get to the tips while we do. Is that cool?
That's perfect. Thank
Let's
you so
do it.
much, Jeff. All right, let's battle, boys.
All right,
And
so
girls.
here we go.
Here we go.
So talk a little bit about this deck and just like how you're going to be playing it. What's the tempo? What's the cadence to this deck bag?
Bro, the cadence, I don't know what that means, but I can probably guess that it's the way you play it. And the way you play it is you got a million spam cards, and he's got a log, so we got to go Goblin Gang at the bridge. I actually think I faced this guy before. I think he is freeze and fireball. I think I faced him.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
It's that name.
There's
You recognize the name, obviously, right?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, actually, I think this is the guy. All right,
Okay.
we're gonna just go in right here. He probably doesn't have a poison. He logs that, and now that graveyard is going in. He has an executioner, so he might have a tornado. He should if he's running an executioner. Guys, do not run the executioner without a tornado. Do not let your executioner die. All right, I know he kills a lot of things, but you shouldn't let him die. He's a good guy inside.
Why don't people?
An army.
I gotta. Oh, okay. Deal with this. That was nice. Nice prediction play back. Question for you is, I got this comment yesterday, and I didn't really have a great answer, but the guy was like, why don't people play Wizard with NATO more? Like, why is it always Xe NATO instead of more Wizard with NATO? Because Wizard, fires faster, and you don't have to worry about placement as much.
Well, one, the wizard, if you use a wizard and tornado and then they just fireball it, then it's gonna die. Otherwise, ice wizard, it's cheaper and it slows this thing down, start for leaking. So we're just gonna giant other land. But you don't wanna. I personally don't like wizard NATO. I've seen it before, and there's golem wizard NATO decks, and that's really the only way I can see it functioning. But executioner has more HP. It still gets this same idea, and it's got that boomerang. We're just gonna graveyard right now. He's gonna hog. We got Goblin Gang. Wait. You got wait. Okay, we're gonna zap that. We're gonna take more damage, but at least now we don't have our Goblin Gang dead. The hog is gonna get one more hit, and that's fine. Goblin Gang is on counter push, and we got bats to surround that. But back to the wizard thing. The wizard, it can get fireballed. The ice wizard, it slows things down. Executioner, it just has that boomerang effect where they can't play something and they have to wait longer. I just think the executioner just pairs better. The ice wizard, it's cool. It's a very cool card, and I haven't seen people finish hot with wizard NATO. I've seen Carnage do amazing with it. I've seen people do amazing with Xe NATO. Samuel finished #1 with that, but I just don't see the wizard NATO at the top. There's no definite answer of why, because it's a good combo. It's just there's better combos that you can use.
Makes sense.
I prefer So he lightning. Okay.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say what is his plan here? Okay, so now it's a one tower game here. So what is your strategy going to be? You're gonna use a giant.
Yeah, and then actually, guys, a good thing with this deck is giant skeleton army in the middle. The skeleton army will spread out, and we'll wait for the furnace. And I'll show you. The skeleton army will go onto both lanes. And bro, you got the flames. All right. Yeah, it should be pretty scary for him. Very scary.
That's scary.
Pretty damn scary. It's too scary.
GG,
Wait,
man.
Is there a skeleton emote? No. But GG, yeah. So I really think this deck is the best for most of you. If you're looking for an easy deck to pick up, if you have a graveyard, this deck is for you. If you haven't spent money on the game, you've got all these cards. The skeleton army, don't worry about leveling it up. Focus on the other cards. But yeah, try to request giants. This deck, I really, really cannot stress how important it is for you free-to-play players to try this out.
Sounds good.
It's incredible.
Yeah, dude. Let's talk about that. Let's stay with Beatdown, or it's not really Beatdown, I guess, but let's go to the big Beatdown deck and
all right, 4.3.
Tell us about the 4.3 Golem, Rocket, NATO, and Log. So why the Rocket in this deck? And feel free to hop into a match if you want.
Well, I think Rocket, it's also the other spells are epics and rares, and this is more the easier to use, which would mean it's more for people that are trying to use decks lower down. So I think this deck, the Rocket it kills things. I think the Rocket just does better with it, as I've seen Royal use this deck a long time ago, and I met him yesterday. Great guy at the Immortal's house. He finished high with the Dark Prince in this deck, but the Prince just got buffed and the Valkyrie got nerfed, so the Prince is going to trend up. And yeah, I think the Rocket, just from past success, it's going to work better. The Lightning is great. The Poison, you got a Prince already, and you got Baby Dragon, so yeah, I mean, you can try. It's not like any spell is going to be bad with Golem. If you've got the Baby Dragon NATO and the Golem, it will pair well together. I just think the Rocket NATO is a better combo than, a Lightning NATO, because, you don't want to just bunch something up and then go Lightning NATO. It's just not a thing. And then, I don't know, I just think the Rocket's better. But you can, if you don't have Rocket leveled up, you can try with Poison, Fireball, whatever floats your boat. yeah, definitely try it out. But I suggest Rocket.
Let me ask you this: Is I had Royal on recently, and I also had Toby Spirit Hawk, both sharing Golem decks. And Royal said he will never play. He rarely, plays Golems unless he has the Elixir advantage in single Elixir time. Whereas Toby, like, he'll start out a match with a Golem sometimes. Like, what do you recommend for people, like, as far as the aggressiveness of a Golem play in single Elixir time?
Well, I think. Well, last season I was actually in a call with Royal, and he was giving me tips because he's the Golem god. But I'm his apprentice, and
But
yeah.
wait, didn't Flobby teach Royal?
I don't think so. I think Royal just kind of learned on his own. But like, I'd suggest with the more defensive-oriented decks, like this one has guards, like it's a less firepower deck. Otherwise, if you have Golem Night Witch, you can like Night Witch in the back, and then you can play Golem in front. But I'd suggest like playing this one more slow because you have less like Night Witch kind of crazy overwhelming where you don't punish. This deck, it doesn't have that Night Witch factor. So yeah, I'd suggest playing this version slower. If you have Golem Night Witch, you can definitely start out with a Golem. But yeah, with this one, I'd wait till double Elixir until you have an Elixir advantage and there are win conditions at a cycle.
Okay.
So
how do you decide which cards to drop to support the Golem?
Just whatever. Like, I really wouldn't use guards behind the Golem. Like, I'd use that for defense. But then really everything else you can support it with. Like, the guards are more for that defense, and everything else can work well with the Golem. That Rocket NATO was pretty good.
Yeah.
We're just gonna clean this up, and yeah, they're gonna stay behind the bridge. Why would you play a giant, man? Like, that's a free giant. We're gonna make him defend this. Actually, we're gonna Rocket that, because he's gonna have to defend this, and then he's gonna waste more Elixir. We'll get the advantage, and now we can Golem in the back.
If your opponent has Inferno Tower, are in this deck without like a reset on it, will you Rocket it, or will you? What is your strat? Or you play guards in front of the Golem in that situation?
I'd play a Rocket. Because they're usually not gonna play like a Inferno Tower right as the Golem crosses the bridge. And if they do, then they would have to awkwardly cycle cards to do that because they don't want to leak. But most of the time, they're gonna play an Inferno Tower when your Golem, to demonstrate, gets like right where I place this log. So yeah, when your Golem gets there, they place it, and the Rocket will kill it, and then the Golem will get down to half HP, but it won't die. And if they wait, you'll get an Elixir advantage, and you can just reset and take advantage of that.
Okay.
We're gonna Mega Minion here, clean that up. He does have a Lightning. Prince does well against Lightning. Or the Lightning's gonna tickle the Prince, to be honest. There we go.
Yep.
He's gonna get good damage, but I can Golem at the bridge right here. The Prince will go and... It's fine because he has to waste the Tombstone.
Okay.
And then we get the log, and he gets the mini pack. We're gonna get a tornado right here, into the death damage, right there.
Nice.
Beautiful. If he does decide the giant, I'm gonna just go Prince right on top, and then we're gonna play guards, and then we have to log it so he can't take it. Actually, better safe than sorry. I think I could have gotten a hit. He's probably gonna play a Tombstone. So we're going to support with the Baby Dragon to splash that Tombstone. And then here we go. That goes in. Oh, listen. There you go, guys. Just ask and you will receive. The Prince charges.
Boom!
Arrows do not kill a Prince, my friend.
Man, you were pretty cool, calm, and collected there. It was close for a second there, but you seemed like you always had it under control.
All right.
Fourth deck.
He did have a pretty interesting deck. Kind of an OG deck, if you ask me. He should have had a range unit in there. But yeah, this deck is also really solid. This is the more patient deck. All these other decks are pretty like high tempo, like take advantage. This one you got play patient, sit back, play calm, cool, and collected, and you will find your opportunity. And I promise you can get a win if you listen to those steps.
Awesome, man.
All right, next deck we've got Bridge Spam. This is the more legendary oriented deck. This one I'd suggest for grand challenges. They're great, and for ladder, if you've got a max account, like, use this deck, guys. Like, really, if you got like, if you're in a high trophy range for like, if you're just say you're at 5,500 for example, you're not gonna want to use like level 11 legendaries. But if you're at like, let's say like 4,500, like, that's totally cool. But you really should think of how your legendaries are compared to your other cards you're seeing at that range, and then you shouldn't use the legendaries if they're like lower than the card levels of your opponents. Like, just say you're at 4,500 and you face someone with a level 11 like rare. You shouldn't be playing like a level 10 legendary because the rare's gonna get the advantage.
Let's
so
hop
really
in,
just
man.
bounce it out.
Right.
This deck, Harry, Magma, Yui, Spades, all of those great bridge blend players.
Yeah.
They say, and I've watched the videos to learn this deck better, and I'm gonna feed it back. So you want to just cycle things, and then once you find an opportunity, punish them with the troops you get from defense. It's all about counter pushing in this deck. Okay. I've been in calls with these guys when playing this deck, and they cannot stress it enough. They say it like to a point where I get a headache. Like you need to play this patiently, or if you get elixir advantage, you need to play as fast and spammy as you possibly can.
Wow.
So
okay.
We're gonna play this pretty patiently right here, and the executioner, he might support it. I'm just gonna zap it because I don't want to waste a lumberjack because it's our like biggest ground unit, or like the fastest hitting ground unit. We're gonna cycle a ghost in the back, and you just gotta wait it out. And then once we get him going for push, we'll after this giant push, we'll probably get a healthy Inferno Dragon, and then we'll go in with the battle ram, depending on what else he does.
Okay.
We're
I like how you didn't like immediately try to punish the other lane there. You kind of like waited to see what he did first, and then just played.
You get an Inferno Dragon, and that thing will heat up, and it will do a lot of damage. So we're just gonna wait this out. He might zap. That's fine. It's another bit of elixir he had to use. We're gonna go lumberjack here, and then battle ram here, and buddy, that 16 elixir you have to defend with about 6. Good luck and the thumbs up.
Good luck, thumbs up. Here we go. Inferno Dragon's taken care of, but
it's not gonna do as much damage. But we're up in elixir because he had to defend, or a good amount of elixir, not a single elixir. And we're gonna be able to once again cycle again, and we'll play a ghost here. He's gonna have to
missed it,
buddy.
Yep.
Sorry, man. Strike 1. All right, so
though.
Magic Archer, he had Xy. He knows what to do. He ran Xy with Tornado. And we're going to go in right here. Even if he plays a spell, that's fine. Because the Battle Ram will still have the Barbarians. We'll support with the Lumberjack. And then that's Tower right there. He has to waste his troops. He doesn't have enough to Giant. Royal Ghost cleans up. No zap to reset Inferno Dragon. Balloon?
There it is. You have that all set, man.
All checked off.
All right.
Going into this last match, guys, it's my favorite deck.
What do you think of this guy's deck, though? It's kind of funky, but it's not like it's kind of funky in a good way.
It kind of reminds me of Turquoise, if you remember him. He's a guy before even the leagues and stuff. He quit the game, but he's a real OG ladder pusher. He finished 21st with Giant, Pump, Freeze, Rocket, Witch, Wizard, Barbarians, Balloon. It was crazy.
Wow.
It was insane. This kind of reminds me of it.
Yeah.
That's some nostalgia right there.
Yeah, dude. All right. So the last deck is your favorite deck out of all of them. This is the deck that you use to push to like 6,800 trophies, right?
Yes.
No? Okay. So tell us about what the magic of this deck is, and then feel free to hop into if you want.
The magic is no matter even if they have triple spell, you're gonna have a chance because no matter what, if they use all 3 spells, you will still have something left because Fireball will not one-shot your Musketeers, and if it does, you shouldn't use the 3 Musketeers. But the magic is you've got 5 things they have to spell: the Pump, the Goblin Gang, the 3 Musketeers, the Bats, and the Minion Horde, and you can't waste all 4 without having 1 back in cycle. So that's key to remember. It's not like a thing where it's just like you go into the game, you have a plan. Your plan is to win, but you got to kind of play reactively and use each troop in the right way. So I got a Pump in my starting hand. He's got Spear Goblins, which means he probably does not have a rocket because most Spear Goblins decks do not run a rocket. And yeah, he's going to go in. Buddy, that's a kite right there. And that's Bats. And that's
Are you always going to Pump if it's in your starting hand with this deck?
Yes, if I have like a good setup. At this range, I saw he played Spear Goblins, which meant he didn't have he probably didn't have a miner, and if he did, I had Goblin Gang in hand, which is fine. So right here, we're up elixir, we're up a whole entire Pump. We're just gonna giant the back. Sorry for leaking. And then he most likely has I don't know. I mean, if he made the mini pickup a giant, yeah, that makes sense. He probably has arrow zap. But let's put 2 musketeers here, and if he fireballs that, it won't one-shot them because it's not a mirrored fireball, and he will have to also waste another spell to kill them, unless he does have lightning, which is fine. Yeah, we just zap that. He's gonna have a mini P.E.K.K.A. Dark Prince back. The 3 musk are gonna shred that. We just pump again, let the mini P.E.K.K.A. die, and it's all set and done. There we go. Why would you do that? I'm confused. I'm genuinely confused on what this man is doing. He's gonna make me waste a goblin gang, but he doesn't have a miner, so that's fine. We're up a pump. We're up damage. We're up confidence. We're up everything. We're up in the sky. We got this.
Let me ask you this, Bag. If you, let's say you pump up and you're able to cycle to another pump, like in a situation like this, would you ever just keep pumping against any sort of deck, or would you just want to try to cash in on that elixir advantage like you're doing right now?
Well, you wouldn't want to this deck, you don't want to, like, cycle to a pump because it's a 4.5 elixir deck. So you can cycle bats to get to a different win condition, or to a battle ram, 3 musk, or giant. But, you don't want to just, like, cycle a minion horde in the back, cycle a giant in the back, cycle a goblin gang in the back, and then play your troop. Like, you really don't want to, once you got that advantage, bro, take the chance. It's not really a chance because, you got the advantage. It's looking good for you, but you don't want to, like, cycle to a pump. You really just want to go and punish them. One of my favorite plays with this deck, if they just spelled your pump, or really if you have the elixir advantage, you can go giant in the back. Once it gets to the crown tower, or like in front of your crown tower, you then play your he wasted zap, we're fine. Then you play your battle ram in the back, and these 3 musk at the river, splitting them. He's going to do some damage, which is fine. He doesn't have a big spell.
Yeah, I saw you do that on the last push. Is that something that you commonly do? So a giant in the back, battle ram in the back, and then 3 muskies at the river?
Yeah, but, or not, yeah, split them. But you want to, why would you, I'm confused. The zap won't kill our minion horde. We're literally going to play every single thing we have.
Okay.
If I could, I would pump at the bridge, but I don't think I would. Wait, can I?
Well, boom.
Let's go.
There you go. Well played, man. So, let me ask you this, though. If you pump up and they immediately hit you at the bridge with... So this happens to me a lot as a 3 Musketeer player. They immediately try to punish you at the bridge with, like, a giant mega minion, right? What is the correct play in that situation? Because I never know... if I should use, like, my horde, if they have, like, arrows or fireball.
Any hand you want. Like, tell me any hand I have. Just say they go giant mega minion at the bridge.
Let's say they drop. Giant mega minion at the bridge.
Card. Yeah.
Giant mega minion at the bridge, and you have gang and battle ram and minion horde and zap.
So I'd probably just play minion horde on top of the mega minion. If they put an ice, it depends. Giant mega minion can mean a lot of things. It can also mean they have giant mini P.E.K.K.A. 3.1 triple spell with ice spirit. So I would probably, depending. If it was me and I was, like, high on ladder, I would probably know what my opponent was using based off of, like, my prior knowledge. But if it's like a lower trophy range, I would just play minion horde, and then if they wasted, like, a ice spirit zap, I just play bats, and then if they arrowed that, I'd goblin gang. If not, I'd get the advantage. But you really just want to, like, play one thing. If they spell it, you play another thing. If they spell it, you play another thing. They shouldn't have another spell. If they don't, you gotta pump. You lose your tower, you pump again, you defend the pump, you take the advantage of it, and you win the game.
What about if they have what if they drop a golem in the back? What is your go-to response?
Battle ram goblin gang at the bridge, or battle ram bats at the bridge, because then
Opposite
they have to
lane.
waste.
Yep.
Yeah. Then they have to waste some kind of splash thing on it, and then that splash thing can't kill my swarm, and yeah. So just say I went battle ram bats at the bridge, the baby dragon. I basically just minion horde the golem, and then the mega minion really won't. It really won't, like, do much. The minion horde will kill the golem.
Okay.
If I go battle ram goblin gang, they log it. That's bad, but the barbs connect. And then I probably split 3 musketeers onto the baby dragon or whatever. And then if they spell it, I could pump again. I'll lose the tower, but then you get the pumps, and you should still be able to come back. But it's all about, like, waiting, or all about listening, or not listening, but like keeping track of their cycle, which is a great thing. Colton has a video on it, I think, of managing elixir and counting cycle. If you want to learn how to do that, if you want to use this deck, I suggest watching that if you're new to that kind of stuff, because it will really help you out and succeed with this deck. So yeah, all these decks should be pretty usable for you guys. I think these are really the best 5 you can have. And next week, I'm really excited to show you the most technical, skillful, like craziest, not crazy. All the skillful decks aren't very crazy, but like just a more basic, classic OG 2.6. That's gonna be one of them.
Nice.
Deck. And then in the chat, if you guys, you can try to guess the next 3 cards, and if whoever guesses the other 3 decks first, I'll follow you on Twitter. All right.
Sounds good, Bag. Well, mate, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. You did a really good job. You won all your matches, so grats.
Yeah.
And we'll have you back on next week, guys. Feel free to try to guess the decks if you want. I'll include a link to Bag's Twitter and his stats profile, thanks to statsrel.com, and his Twitch and YouTube, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I just started school, so I haven't been able to upload YouTube. I'm trying to find an editor. I found a thumbnail. It's going to be Yusuf Omar. So I should be starting that back up soon. Just making sure I get on the right course in high school, making sure everything's
for sure
set up. We're ready to go. And then YouTube, we're ready to go. And Bag will be on there. Special shout out to Nova, AY, Octane, the FA chat, the Silent Discord. Really all my friends, my family. Everyone, like, I really know, and if you're my follower or fan, I appreciate that. It's kind of weird saying fans. It's kind of like you guys are just people.
You're a popular guy,
You're a person to me.
You're a popular guy, man. Well, you've been great here on the channel. And anything else before we let you go? Anything else?
Let's see. I got some emotes. All right.
All right. I think we got it all. I think we got it all in. This has been a long video, so thank you for being so generous with your time, and thank you for finding these decks, Bag. We'll have you on next week and follow up. All right. Take care, man.
Take care.
Guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed having Bag back on the channel. Always a fantastic guest. So, guys, thank you for watching. A huge shout out to Bren Chong, my YouTube partner. Check out his information in the description below. Thank you, and as always, take care, guys.